Today is World Mental Health Day. The World Health Organization is uniting with partners to highlight the vital connection between mental health and work. The WHO says safe, healthy working environments can act as a protective factor for mental health, whereas unhealthy conditions, including stigma, discrimination and exposure to risks like harassment and other poor work conditions, can pose significant risks affecting mental health and overall productivity at work. Joining us to discuss mental health initiatives within the South African Police Service is Lesiba Thobakgale, SAPU Spokesperson. Good afternoon, Lesiba. Thank you very much for joining us on The Full View. So today is a very important day where we focus on initiatives or programs to help employees cope with work and other stresses. But before we get to that, I want to get your reaction to today's very disturbing story, which is almost similar to that of Rosemary Ndlovu. I think a number of people quickly thought of her. This is of the Limpopo officer who was arrested for alleged murders for insurance payouts. What did you make of that story?
Thank you for having us, evening to your listeners and viewers at home. It is indeed a worrisome report that we just received. That is reported about another policewoman who has been arrested on allegations that she has been murdered people in order for her to be able to catch on the officers have taken an oath to serve and to protect, and that responsibility is on police officers, and they are carrying that responsibility throughout because of they need to obey the oath. And it is an unfortunate situation that we are finding that one of our own indeed is arrested based on those allegations, and we are saying that as shattering as it is of investigation that will be taken through the departmental steps. As a union, we will greatly, even sadly, do welcome such steps, but it is indeed unprecedented for...
But it surely further dents the image of police officers, as you say, who are entrusted. Pardon me for interjecting there. Lesiba, pardon me for interjecting there. I'm hoping that we can try and re-establish that line to a very important conversation about mental health. So hopefully we can take just a quick ad break and try and re-establish that line to just understand what are some of the initiatives that the police have in place to assist officials who are dealing with mental health challenges, because a number of them have spoken out about being overwhelmed with the workload, but also the kind of matters that they are called to respond to. They go to crime scenes, they're seeing a lot of people that are either dead or some badly harmed. So it does have some sort of an impact, but we also know that with many of them, they don't want to be debriefed by any officials who are of a lower rank. So a very important conversation is just to establish what is there to assist them. We continue our conversation on World Mental Health Day. We're joined by SAPU's Lesiba Thobakgale. Lesiba, thank you very much for staying on the line. So we're just getting your reaction to the specific story related to that Limpopo officer who was arrested for murders linked to insurance payouts. And my view was just that, or at least my question was that surely this dents the image of the police officers who are entrusted with the task of protecting citizens and also arresting hardened criminals. They surely can't be the hardened criminals themselves.
Unfortunately, it is denting the image of the South African Police Services. Yes, we agree with that. And we are pleading with the members of society to say that, yes, it is not all police officers, even though there are some, like Rosemary Ndlovu, including the one who's involved in this case, who are then found to be wanting on crimes that indeed a police officer has not been expected to commit such crimes. We need not to overlook the good work and the good police officers that are out there securing the inhabitants of the Republic and those who are doing the correct thing. Because our principle is that if you have a bag of potatoes and you happen to find 3 rotten ones, you don't throw the whole bag of potatoes. So for us to have prisons that are full, for us to be secured in our homes, is because of we have a majority of police officers who are doing what is right. So we are raising this to say the bad should not overshadow the good, which is the majority in terms of what the police are doing. But this incident, another incident like that of Rosemary Ndlovu, we are seeing it in this case. It is indeed worrying, and it is indeed shattering to us as an organization.
Of course, outside of such cases, you do have a lot of dedicated members of the police force. But some of them often share that they're overwhelmed by the workload and also psychologically troubled as a result of the kind of scenes they have to attend to. Just paint us a picture of the extent of the problem of mental health within the police force.
Mental health is at the center of policing, because the type of work that police officers are doing, it is indeed overwhelming, because they are the ones who go to attend gruesome scenes, being it a motor vehicle accident, being it somebody has been shot, someone has been, stabbed. They attend to all of those different types of crime scenes, which at the end of the day, even they themselves, they end up even being shot at as they become targets to criminals. Some, you find that your partner whom you are working with, a colleague, has been shot in front of you, or even got injured, or even lost their lives. Definitely that will not sit well with you in terms of mental health. So that is the challenge, because of the nature of the job itself. As we know, South Africa, it is a violent country, as it is based on our history, is clearly informed by our history. Unfortunately, the violence that was there, we continue to see it, even in different forms as it goes. So the mental health of police officers plays a critical role, where when they go back to the police station, they should be able to have someone who would speak to them and be able to debrief them, so that when they go home at the end of their shift, at least they have received psychological services that could be able for them to cope with whatever that they deal with, as the nature of the job is overwhelming.
Now, Lesiba, we understand there are debriefing services, but a number of the police officers don't want to be assisted or sit with an official that is lower than them in rank. So what becomes of that situation? Because the services are there, but it seems a number of them don't take up the opportunity to use those services.
Yeah, let's come up with the services to say, yes, we appreciate the effort that is being made by the component of employee health and wellness. But as we know, they have challenges in terms of shortages of staff, not then being able to really have the capability to make sure that all members, they get to be debriefed. That is why our position in that it is clear that services should be it should be outsourced, so that someone outside would be able to render that service as and when it is needed, someone who would have clear capacity. And the issue you are raising of the ranks, the rank and structure will not form part of that, because they will be going to a professional who's not given a rank within the South African police services. They could go out there knowing that whatever they discuss with that professional, it is kept private. Then there is no this issue of undermining the issue of the rank structure and so on, because we know SAPS, it is a militarized organization. When one has to go and attend to and speak to someone who is of a lower rank, some may happen to feel that, but how would this person help, and not getting overshadowed by the fact that this person is a professional. If it is outside there, then they are seen as professionals, not being militarized, and that will even encourage members, because another challenge is that most of the issues that the members go and speak about in terms of debriefing to the professionals, they happen to be on the corridors, because of even the issue of privacy happens to be a challenge, because it is in the same environment, within the very same South African police services. So that is why, as an organization, we strongly believe that if this service, indeed, we are taking the issue of mental health of our members within the South African police services, we need to make sure that it is outsourced, so they can be able to access it and have confidence with those professionals, because you need a professional to attend to you. You don't need a rank. And some, unfortunately, they do see the rank. But if we remove the rank, we believe members would be able to be open, because they would be going there with that confidence to say whatever they will cough out there, they are speaking to the right person who would not even play with the issue of privacy when it comes to such issues.
Let's hope the police minister will heed the call to outsource this service, because it is a long-standing call of yours. Lesiba, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. That's Lesiba Thobakgale, SAPU spokesperson, speaking to us there.